Scoochie, scoochie. Delicious.
Yes.
It's cold as fuck.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening.
What? Are you doing the Truman Show thing?
I don't know what that is.
It's good. What is it? Good morning. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
It's not that in case I don't see you, I don't give a shit.
Oh, we're not going to see them. We don't know who any of them are.
And goodbye.
And goodbye. And good riddance. Yeah, so we have a cold front. I don't know why it's called a cold front. It's cold all around. That's my dad joke for the day, by the way.
That was bad.
All dad jokes are bad.
You need to work on dad joke.
No. All dad jokes are bad. That's the point of the dad joke.
No, that one was just bad. Like I couldn't even tell it was a joke. Dad jokes, you just feel embarrassed. Got my heater up to warm up the mic.
Oh, wrong microphone. I was warming up the wrong tool. They look the same.
The mystery mouse tool.
All right, I got a dad joke for you, and it's a long one. And it's not mine. I'm gonna caveat this by saying it's not mine. This is Norm Macdonald, the late Norm Macdonald's jokes. One of my favorite dad jokes out there. Let's see if you can catch the joke on it. So, I got a new neighbor moved in, and into the neighborhood. So, whatever, blew him off, and it didn't seem to bother me. But one day while I was going out to get the mail, I ran into him and said, "Hey, how's it going, neighbor?" He said, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And we got to talking, and he asked me what I did, so I told him. And then I asked him what he did, and he said he's a professor of logic down in the college. And I said, "Professor of logic? What does a professor of logic do?" He said, "Well, it's easier if I show you an example versus telling you. It's easier if I just do that." And he said, "Do you have a doghouse?" I said, "Yeah, I got a doghouse." And he's like, "Well, then logically, I can assume you got a dog. Do you got a dog?" I said, "Yeah, I got a dog." He said, "Well, then logically, I can assume you have a family. You got a family?" I said, "Yeah, I got a family." I said, "Well, then logically, I can assume you got kids. You got kids?" I said, "Yeah, I got kids." "Well, then logically, I can assume you're married. Are you married?" I said, "Yeah, I'm married." I said, "Well, then logic dictates that you are a straight male." I said, "Wow, that is insane." So a couple days go by, and I run into a different neighbor, and he says, "Hey, have you had a chance to talk to the new guy that moved in?" I said, "Yeah, I guess he's a professor of logic down at the college." And he goes, "Professor of logic, what's that?" And I go, "Well, it's easier if I show you." And he goes, "Okay." And I go, "Do you have a doghouse?" He goes, "No." And I go, "Well, then you're a faggot."
I wouldn't classify that as a dad
It's
joke.
not a dad joke. I just really wanted to say that joke.
Yeah. That was good. You almost lost me there.
I know. I sped it up for you.
You could have just given me
R.I.P.
the...
Norm.
These are the kinds of jokes that I love when people hit me with just a punchline. They prep you, they set you up, they're like, "I'm going to give you the joke, but I'm going to hit you with a punchline first."
How would I get you with the punchline first?
That's the beauty of it. Like we need like the complete opposite of a dad joke. The category.
A mom joke.
No. Well, that's too perfect opposite.
Oh, gotcha.
We need like
Because I was gonna say if it's a mom joke, then it would have to be something like.
We need like a dumbass joke.
What's another name for coming inside of a woman?
What?
Loading the dishwasher.
Okay, next. Anyways.
What? That's a perfect mom joke.
I know, but they're like.
Was it too dirty? You want to refine it? Not that dirty.
What's the word? Predictable.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, we need a different category where the punchline comes first, and for no reason, but that would be a good one. Like, here's the joke. Do you have a doghouse? No. Well, then you're a faggot. But it doesn't work here because we already know the joke. But you see how
Well, try it the same way.
it's just a dumbass joke.
Yeah, try it the same way, but in reverse.
It doesn't work because we already know it.
That's fine. I'll pretend. Got hit in the head. I don't know it anymore. I'll just pretend I don't know. I just want to visualize what you're talking about by putting
Like the way you
punchline
started.
first.
I'm gonna hit you with a joke.
Go ahead.
I it's not mine. I got it off of somebody else. But here's the punchline first. So I go up to my neighbor. How the fuck did I go? My other neighbor.
Yeah, one of my neighbors comes over and asks, "Have you seen the new guy that moves in? Have you talked to him?"
Yeah.
And I say, "Yeah, I did. He's a professor of logic down at the college."
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "What's a professor of logic?" And I says to him, "Well, it's easier if I show you versus tell you."
You see where I'm
So
going
backwards.
with this? Exactly.
It doesn't. No, because okay, hold on. All right. Well, show me. Go ahead and show me. And I tell him, "All right, do you have a doghouse?" He says, "No." And I say, "Well, then you're a faggot." All right, but then how do I do the setup then?
It almost doesn't even matter. It's more about the punchline itself. Like you can later show them the joke if you want. That's why I'm categorizing it something different.
As half jokes?
Dumbass jokes.
These is just the second half.
Just punchlines.
So you're like, I have no time for the setup.
Give me your
Just
best
give me the
punchline.
punchlines. Just the punchlines.
That's
Can you
gotta be-
imagine? I cannot imagine going to like a stand-up show and it's just
No,
punchlines.
it won't work like that.
You mean so just in like a one-on-one setting?
Maybe like you have a small get together and you do like just punchlines.
I can't. Because here's also what I do in small get-togethers. I am setting jokes up throughout the night.
Yeah.
Like I'm priming them, and I'm gonna pretend later on, like, oh look, it came full circle. I knew what I was doing all along. I set it up from the beginning. I let us have a little side chat, reminded us about the beginning over here a little bit, continued, and then made a whole different joke that is almost just a punchline.
And then I show up 10 minutes before everyone leaves and
And all you get is the
about
punchline. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know that would work.
It wouldn't work. That's the
punch. Well, here's the thing. The punchline to that joke is, "Do you have a doghouse? No, you're a faggot." That's the punchline to the joke, right?
okay. Well, the whole ending.
Yeah, you got so you need the whole
You could just say the punchline though.
just randomly.
Yeah.
You have a doghouse?
No.
You're a faggot.
And you just leave them wondering like why?
Like,
How?
why-
What did I miss?
Where did that even come from?
I need to know the rest of it now.
That would be a shitty joke. That'd be terrible. I would be if that happened to me.
It's because you're thinking about it like systematically from like a comedian standpoint. Like if we were just back in high school and somebody came up to you and they said, "Do you own a doghouse?" No. Well, then you're a faggot, and everybody except you started laughing. You'd be like, I gotta know what I gotta be in the inn.
If everybody but me started, I'd be so mad. I'd be so
That's true.
fucking angry.
I would just start crying.
Yeah, I'd be like, did I just get fucking roasted? Look, I don't have access to the internet at home. Am I missing something? This is really hurting my feelings, guys.
There's got to be a time and place for it.
I just can't visualize it. I just can't. It feels insulting. Well, that one in particular feels insulting.
What, the people laugh without you knowing?
That part too. That part's aggravating. It upset me a little bit inside. Not gonna lie. No, I meant that joke. That punchline itself is pretty insulting out of nowhere with no context.
But yeah, but the doghouse keeps you guessing. Like it's not just you.
Well,
Also, it doesn't have to be you. It could be you could explain the neighbor part.
hey, I got a new neighbor. Do you got a doghouse? It's a very like. I guess it could work, but there's a balance to it. There definitely is a balance to it.
Yeah, I mean, if you
How
know
much information do you give?
that person is going to be offended by calling them a faggot, then maybe start off with the neighbor.
I can't think of anybody that wouldn't be offended getting called a faggot in this day and age.
Right? Yeah. If you just call them a faggot, yes. But if you ask them if they had a doghouse and then call them a faggot because of it, let's go hit on your.
We need
hit
to
up
try
your
this
neighbor.
theory. We need to try this theory out.
Hit up your neighbor.
Well, he's an Air Force guy, so he's a faggot anyway. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Just pretend like somebody else moved in. Like, you see the new neighbor?
Somebody did move in actually, and it's my neighbor.
And he's a
a neighbor did move in,
Does he have a doghouse?
and he does have a doghouse.
Well, then he's straight male.
He's not a professor of logic though.
Anyways,
And we're back.
before we were so rudely interrupted
Fucking Carl.
by the neighbors
Yeah.
trying to tell me a fucking joke. Anyways, let's move on
Yes. Let's move on.
to next topic. Animals.
Which ones can you fuck?
You can fuck them all.
You can fuck them all, actually.
Just like Pokemon, gotta
Yeah.
fuck them all.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
You can. Doesn't mean you'll live through it. You can fuck a tiger.
They might fuck you.
They'll kill you, though.
What animal would win in a tournament style brackets, just 1v1, and then if they win, they move on to the next bracket? There's a lot that depend who they go up against first.
Yeah, it's very.
But we don't care about them. We care about,
if it depends on who it goes up against first, then it wouldn't have won anyways.
yeah. So we're just gonna speed it along into the quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Let's do semifinals here at least.
Top 4.
Less animals. Yeah, top 4. Or do you want to do quarterfinals? Because that's how many?
8? Or is it 16?
Or is it 12?
It definitely not 12. It's 8 or 16.
Wait, or is it 24? Oh, she just started throwing numbers out. Let's do.
Well, let's just pick the top.
Let's bring it to the semifinals. So top 4.
Let's just us pick the top.
Sorry, by the way, I'm sick, so if you hear my
whoever-
fucking snot.
Like, we'll just don't put them in brackets. Just pick.
The top 4 animals in the world that I think we're excluding.
Top 10 if we can get to it. What?
Land only, or
no? If you're gonna exclude, you have to explain why.
all right. Well, let's exclude all sea animals.
No,
Why not?
only sea.
Only sea animals.
Tiger fights in this. No, you find like some arena where it's half water, half land.
In what world
And
will the tiger go up into the sea to fight the shark?
in what world is the shark gonna jump out into the land?
My point exactly. Let's exclude the sea.
Well, in what world is the tiger gonna come across a grizzly bear?
In the kind that we put them into a paddock
Exactly.
together.
We're putting them.
But they're both land-based creatures, so it makes sense. You can realistically put them both into a paddock together and see what happens.
And when they just run away from each other, because they're like, I never seen that. I'm getting the fuck up.
They're not gonna run away. They're not gonna run away from each other. They'll be aggressive. They'll be like, I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm gonna fuck it up.
Because we're making it that way. But they could just run away, and we just never get a fight.
Yeah, but let's not be. All right, let's.
So we're making it happen. We're making the
Okay.
shark come
All
out
right.
of the water.
So we're not excluding any animals.
Either-
Top 4
Either it doesn't have to be 4. Why are you so set on 4?
semifinals.
Just pick the top.
Top animals. Tiger. Elephant.
No packs either. Like, even if they
No
come in
packs?
packs, we only get the one.
Fuck. Give me all the rules now before we're fucking running into them face first. All right. Well, then wolves are out. Tiger, elephant.
And in case we don't specify, because we don't know like the species, just the biggest, baddest of its kind.
of that version.
Because I don't know like tiger or elephant families.
So tiger, elephant, hippo.
My ex's mom.
I already said hippo. I don't know what other animal I can think of that would make sense. I mean, maybe the giant anaconda, which is a thing that they do exist.
Polar bear. Now let's just look
I think
at
the anaconda
them.
could beat the polar bear.
Let's look at them one by one.
So we're going with those 5.
Whichever.
Can we throw? All right. Well, we'll go with those 5. Do you agree with the 4 that I said?
Sure.
All right, I agree with polar bear. I say for the sake of keeping it a nice, sexy, even number, well, let's throw one more in there because you only said one animal, so just throw one more in.
What do we have? Tiger, hippo, elephant.
Tiger, elephant, hippo, giant anaconda, and polar bear.
Honey badger.
Dude, honey badgers don't give a fuck. But also, come on, I wouldn't put it.
Oh, I'm throw it in there just because one dude said it, but giraffe.
No.
I think this dude got fucked up by a giraffe, and that's why he's like, "Yo, giraffes,
Maybe.
you can't fuck with them."
Oh no, we're fucking up. No. With rhino.
Yeah, rhino's got the high defense.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So instead of giraffe, we'll put the rhino.
Yeah.
Keep it a nice even 6. All right. So from those 6, what's next? What are we doing from those after those 6?
We just shoot them all because we win with guns.
Because humans are number 1.
Suckers.
Yeah.
I wonder why. I bet you're all wondering why we brought you here today. And they're like, "Yeah, with tournament."
Yeah. Bang, bang, bang. Also, here's a honey badger. Bang.
The honey badger pulls out a gun.
Yeah. No. All right. So we have all 6. Do you want to pair them? Let's pair them up. Who would go versus what animal first?
We need to keep like the. Fuck, that's tough. We need the bracket. We need a whiteboard.
We have whiteboards everywhere.
Oh, this is tough. Who seems like the weakest link?
The weakest of those 6?
I would say like a hippo.
I'd say the giant anaconda is probably the weakest in terms of.
Oh yeah.
Is because it's got no defense, I think.
And it's very vulnerable
Yeah.
once it attacks.
Yeah, so I'd say that's probably the weakest one. No, who would be the second weakest of those 6?
Well, let's start with the anaconda.
Okay.
Like if you feel it can lose to any one of those, then it's out.
But to who? The elephant.
The elephant, yeah.
Yeah, it would just have its head
It
crushed.
just needs one stomp.
Yeah.
It doesn't even just stomp. It's gonna bite. It's gonna latch on. Not deep enough to hurt. He's just gonna roll over on it.
Honestly, the rhino could fuck it up too.
It doesn't even need to stomp. You just roll over.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yep. But is there okay? So now that we've eliminated the anaconda, was there anybody or any one of those creatures that the anaconda could have?
We'll
taken
circle
out?
that back to that when we get to the next animal.
Okay.
Like
okay.
if anybody could beat it, then it's not number one anyways.
Okay. So then the next one is the hippo. Can anybody beat it from our list?
I don't think it has skin as tough as like a rhino. And its only office is chomping because it's not that tall. Like it can't really stomp.
They
you.
are very fast though. They're very like they will ram the fuck out of you. Like knock you over. So
on land?
On land, yeah.
So let's put let's put it against another agile one, like a tiger. A tiger's gonna outmaneuver it any day of the week. Like you could be really fast.
I don't think a tiger can do enough damage to a hippo to kill it. I don't think it would lose.
Let's see how big hippos get.
Yeah, because I don't think that the hippo will lose to the tiger, and I don't think the tiger will lose to the hippo. I'm not saying that it's a draw. I just think that they're very evenly matched. I do think that a rhino could realistically kill a hippo.
The rhino.
Yeah.
So
I think with its horn, if it got a good enough hit, could pierce through that hippo's skin because they got thick skin and do enough damage that it would die.
hold on, backtrack. We have to decide who wins between the hippo and the tiger.
I don't think either of them win. I think they're
One of
evenly
them has
matched.
to win.
Well, it's very dependent, right? Because if the hippo grabs the tiger, it's gonna die. if it gets it in its mouth, it's gonna die. But on the inverse, I feel like the tiger can do enough damage over time, right, and kill the hippo. Enough, it'll get enough. This is gonna sound very nerdy because it's like a gamer term, but it'll do enough bleeding damage that over time it'll die. So I don't think that there's any one, like, it's not like the tiger can just hit, oh, if I get lucky with one swipe, hippo's gone. I think the tiger has to be like constantly at it.
So I was on the side of the tiger just because it could like wear it out and poke at it, like you said. But seeing now that the hippos grow up to 16 feet and the biggest one has been recorded at 9,900 pounds, I don't think the tiger could take it on.
Tiger's out. I agree. I
Tiger's
didn't know
out.
that they can get that fucking big.
Yeah.
I assumed that they got like, I don't know.
16 feet, that's almost twice the size. And fucking
Well, 16 feet, that's body length, right? That's not
Yeah.
shoulder to floor, right?
yeah.
Obviously.
The
shoulder
equivalent for the tiger would be 9 feet.
yeah. Okay. So the tiger's out, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think if it came down to it, the hippo could more often than not secure the win from the tiger.
It's kind of like what we said with the elephant and
And the
anaconda. Like, it's like, even if it bites it, it's gonna hurt a little bit, but then you just kind of roll over on it.
Yeah. Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and like you said, hippos are a lot more agile than that.
Okay. So the tiger's gone. So we have left is, excuse me, the hippo.
So let's do hippo
Elephant.
and rhino then, because we brought that up.
Hippo and rhino. I genuinely think that the rhino could fuck it up.
Rhinos get it as big as 10 feet, like in length, and 1,500 pounds.
So it's not heavier and it's not taller. But what about its what is the power of its I was about to say of its horn attack, like if it was a Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, they can charge very fast. Not only can they charge very fast, but the hippo would likely also charge.
Yeah. So almost kind of that image of the grizzly falling on the man, and the man has the using its own momentum against it.
Let's see how long these horns get.
And also, we need to see
59 inches is the longest rhino horn.
that's it's a big
That's-
fucking horn.
That's 5 foot long.
That's a very short girl.
I think the rhino wins, even though it's
I think the rhino wins.
a
And
fraction
and
of the weight.
what is the? Because I mean, if we could calculate the, what would it be? What is it? PSI? Would it be the pressure per square inch? Of its horn when it hits, to see how far would it actually dig into a hippo's skin.
Well, with the speed of the rhino, I would say a foot. But with the speed of the rhino,
And the speed of the hippo.
yeah, it's going all the way
I think
through.
it's enough. Yeah. Now, okay, but how thick is the skin of a rhino? Because those tusks on a hippo, my thing is if the hippo grabs hold of the rhino anywhere, because rhinos are not agile, not as agile as a hippo.
Mm-hmm.
So if it grabs hold of it, will it die from that bite, from that chomp, or can it shake it off and readjust for an attack? Because that is a big thing, right? Because we're talking, it has to get lucky with the horn, and it can kill it.
But is it lucky? Like, a hippo doesn't know.
Yeah, right.
He's
well,
just going to charge.
not
They're both
necessarily
just
can
going
it
to.
get lucky with its horn, but can it hit the right thing, right? If it uses its horn and it hits it in the fucking shoulder, I mean, yeah, the shoulder's gone, but it's not going to kill it. That's why I'm asking, can the chomp of a hippo...
But it's 5 feet long. Like, even if it goes in the shoulder, it's going all the way through. And the way I'm looking at it is 9 times out of 10, that horn's going to hit. And only like...
So law of average would be that the rhino would successfully beat the hippo. So the hippo's out.
Yeah, I
All
think even in worst
fair.
averages, one impale gets the hippo.
All right, that's fair. I'll take that. So who do we have left? Polar bear. We've eliminated 3, so we have 3 left. So polar bear,
Elephant.
rhino, and elephant. I think a rhino could fuck a polar bear up.
But kind of for the same logic.
Mm-hmm. And I think more so that polar bears like to do the same thing that grizzlies do, where they rear up to land on whatever it is that they're charging. I think that will be its downfall.
Yeah, like no matter how agile or strong you are, this is still a pretty big animal. Let's see how big polar bears get. Unless it's like something ridiculous.
Unless it's a grizzly bear. A grizzly and a polar bear meeting and that might be an interesting.
What size did we say for rhinos?
1,500 is the weight, and I forgot the height. 10 feet. 10 feet in length.
Well, polar bears are also about 10 feet, but they go up to 1,800 pounds.
So they're pretty evenly matched, I'd say.
Just kidding. The largest is 2,200 pounds.
Mm.
Those are a little bit bigger.
I still think that the rhino takes it.
Yeah, kind of for the same logic.
Yeah. Now, the interesting one, and I think this actually does boil down to become a very interesting match, is the elephant versus the rhino.
Yeah, is the rhino even tall enough?
No, I don't think it is. From shoulder to floor, I think if length is 10 feet, I think shoulder to floor is probably what, 4.5 to 5 feet?
Yeah.
But I have no idea why this episode got so Nat Geo all of a sudden, but
We need to know.
yeah, these are important questions. These are the things that men think about more often than not. This and the Roman Empire.
Yeah, we're getting excess of 24,000 pounds.
From the elephant
Yeah.
with a stomp?
No, that's just the weight of the elephant.
Oh, Jesus.
And up to 13 feet at the shoulders.
How long are the tusks? Because those got to be, what, 13 feet long?
But just remember that 13 feet at the shoulders, whereas the rhino was 10 feet total length. I think they're going to be significantly longer.
Because we're talking the prime version of each one of these.
Yeah.
So the prime elephant, maybe 13, 15-foot tusks.
It only tells me in meters. 3.5 meters long.
So that's what, 9 feet?
Meter is like a yard. A yard is like 3 feet. So 9.5. It's a little over 10 feet probably. That's the length of
the tusk.
That's the length of the rhino basically.
Yeah.
The tusk is the length of the
so
rhino.
you just get a tusk into its ass.
And by the
You got
same
rhino
logic,
shish kebab.
they charge at each other.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what's and I have seen videos of rhinos fighting elephants. And rhinos, for the most part, bully the shit out of elephants until the elephant gets pissed.
Yeah.
And then the elephant just fucking slaps it around. And the rhino's like, oh, my bad, dude. My bad. I didn't know you rolled like that.
He's going to pin it. He's going to poke it one time. He's going to fall. And he's going to stomp him to death.
And the thing is even with a 5-foot horn, I don't think that the rhino's height from shoulder to floor plus horn is enough to penetrate and do enough damage to the elephant. Because it's so tall. It's so high up.
And I don't think it could even get a chance to, because if they both charge at each other,
I think elephant. I think
horns
elephant.
out.
I think elephant takes the win. But now, were there any of those that could have killed the elephant? I think that maybe the tiger can, but not off. I think the elephant probably beats the tiger 80% of the time, 8 out of 10 times. So not enough to say that the tiger wins. God, See, this is why we need this version. You remember the show Deadliest Warrior? We need that version, but for animals.
Yeah. I don't think the tiger ever wins.
You don't think the tiger beats anybody? I don't think it beats the anaconda. That's for sure.
Just because it's kind of like the smallest on the list.
The tiger?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically,
800 pounds.
the giant anaconda, I think, ends up being around the same weight. The only the difference is that the second that the tiger, the tiger doesn't fucking latch the head of the anaconda, it's fucked. It's dead. It's over. It's gonna be squeezed to death.
Well, yeah. So realistically, the way I'm picturing it, the anaconda would get the first strike because it's fast,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's gonna coil.
Yep.
And then the tiger can get a bite or swipe, multiple swipes probably. But like, unless you're chomping all the way through,
And and that's the thing is, even if the anaconda dies, as it dies, its body continues to coil and tighten, and it won't let go.
that's not gonna kill it though. Like, you could chop it in half, and it'll just like seal up. Maybe not in half, but like it could lose a big chunk.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna get the head, the neck, or the vitals. It'll get like towards the rear end of the snake.
Yeah. Wow. So we have elephant. I think elephant probably is the strongest animal out there.
Hold on, I don't think we gave anaconda a decent chance.
You don't think we gave it a fighting chance?
Largest anaconda is 28 feet with a girth of 44 inches.
28 feet?
Yeah. 44 inches, that's like almost 4
That's
feet.
like half my... Well, it doesn't matter what it's half of, but...
And so like the diameter of the anaconda is about 2 feet. Could anybody chomp through that?
Hippo?
You think the hippo's mouth is over 2 feet?
Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. You mean like... I'm sorry. I might have misunderstood
It
your
might
question.
not even fit.
I might have misunderstood your question. Repeat your question, please.
Could anything chomp through the anaconda?
Clean through, right? From it.
Yeah, because it has
Back to belly.
Otherwise, you suffocate.
Yeah, I think the hippo, because the tusks. Are they tusks? Are they considered tusks?
Sure.
The tusks themselves, they're.
I'm saying, can it wrap its mouth around 2 feet?
Yeah, for sure.
Every time you say sure confidently,
Yeah, for sure. 100% it can do it.
it's like he's just making this up.
No.
Let's see how
I'm 99% sure.
wide can a hippo open its mouth.
I think a hippo can open its mouth up to like 3 feet. I think it could swallow a midget whole.
Up to 4 feet.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Slightly taller midget.